5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, what's up? This is the Morning Momentum. I'm Richie.
I'm Ethan.
And we are on site today. You're going to hear different noises and stuff in the background. And as we promised, this summer, we're going to have some other things going on. And today, let me tell you what we're doing.
What are we doing?
We're hosting a garage sale.
That we are.
And so here we are. We're hosting a garage sale here in Dayton, Ohio. And we're really enjoying it. And so today is the 22nd of August. But can I be real with you? It's Monday morning at 8 a.m., 7 a.m., whatever time this is.
7.
It's not
so long.
It's not really 7 a.m. right now. We're not really the 22nd. We actually decided to shoot this on Ethan's birthday.
It's my birthday today.
It's his birthday today. And so here we are. We're shooting this a few days early because you can't have a garage sale at 7 a.m. and have this beautiful weather, and not to mention celebrate this guy's birthday.
Right.
And so to celebrate it, we had some Beast Burger.
Yeah.
Ethan, this was your first time. This is my second time. What'd you think?
I had the Impossible Burger.
The Impossible Beast
Impossible
Burger.
Beast Burger. In terms of the burger, I thought it was good. It was really good, but I didn't think it stood out compared to other places. I did think the cheese, though, was like something special.
It is.
It was like melted. It was really nice. The fries, however, were phenomenal.
Cookie?
I've never had fries like that. The cookie was good.
Yeah. The cookie
It was a little melty when I ate it.
The cookie, it worked out really good because it was in like a plastic and sitting out here in the sun. And so it was like a fresh baked cookie.
Yeah, it was.
Even if it wasn't, it tasted fresh.
It was really melty.
But yeah, so it was solid though. It was good. So Ethan, you're 21 now.
21.
Do you feel any different?
My mouth's numb, but I don't know if that's because of my age.
I think it is. It happens. It happens in age. Your mouth just randomly goes numb every once in a while. Half of it. It's crazy.
Just the left half.
Just the left half. Oh, geez.
This morning, I'm not having a stroke, if that's what you guys are thinking with the left half of my face. I had to get a filling this morning on my birthday.
It's so bad.
And so that's a little disappointing. But, so I had, left side of my face is numb. What's weird is it's like the chin. The chin is numb. The inside of my mouth isn't numb.
We talked about this actually a few weeks ago. We talked about the fact that this was going to be happening. For our viewers' sake, Ethan, did you go gold?
I didn't.
No gold.
I just metal in my mouth. I don't want it to have effects later in life.
The good thing about gold, let me tell you the good thing about gold fillings.
Okay.
When you die, your kids get to get those gold fillings and sell them.
It's true.
We used to, listen, this is so gross. When I used to work at the coin store I worked at, we would buy and trade gold and silver, and people would bring in their gold fillings. And the worst ones, listen, the worst ones, you ready for this? Were the ones that included
the tooth?
The tooth and the root all together.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
That's rough.
Yeah, and so needless to say, we would, but needless to say, we would guesstimate a lot of weight out of that gold because there was a tooth in there. And so you couldn't just weigh it, you had to guess. And so it was disgusting. And just rule of thumb, just so you know, purity of gold fillings, what would you guess?
82%.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess. Roughly, it's 16% or 16 karat, roughly, give or take. And so when you put that into perspective, 14 karat is 58.5% pure.
Okay.
16 karat would be roughly 65% pure. Then you get up into the 22 carats and stuff like that, and that's where you start to get, a little bit better. 18 karat, 750.
Okay.
And so
I know nothing about that.
Yeah, it's all the purities and stuff, but you have to have it at least 65. Now the cool thing is that sometimes gold fillings come out a little bit better, but you can't have too soft because gold is super soft. So you can't have too high of carrot, and you can't have too low because it's mixed with other things that you don't want in your mouth.
Right.
So, anyways, yeah.
I don't think, I'm going to be honest, I don't think me not wanting gold was the problem of me not getting gold. I think it was probably my dentistry didn't have gold fillings. I think if I asked, they probably would have said no anyway.
That and the price tag of gold fillings now.
Insurance would have covered it.
Insurance. Look at that. That's the way to do it. Like, oh, geez. So
they would have seen like, oh, gold fillings will cover all of it because that's cool.
All of it. Put a diamond in there. We gotcha. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Braces, and they're all diamonds instead of metal brackets.
Ice.
Ice for your mouth. Hey, it's the 22nd.
It is.
Any special holidays today?
Probably. Let me look real quick.
Okay, all right.
The sun is beating down now.
It is beaming down.
It was kind of behind this house that we're sitting in front of, and it's creeping over, and it's getting a little hot.
So if we're sweating a little bit, it's all right. Sweat with us.
It's a garage sale.
Sweat.
All right, Monday, August 22nd, Folklore Day. Do you have any good folklore? Do you like folklore?
I don't.
I don't have any input on folklore.
No.
International Day commemorating the victims of acts of violence based on religion or belief. Very long holiday.
That is a mouthful.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much it's a martyr day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Compacted down into one word.
I'm a victim of church abuse sometimes, right? I think we've all dealt with something.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Probably not as bad as
others.
A lot of people, but
yeah, others in foreign countries.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. Did you know that the Nazarene Church? Now we're part of the Nazarene Church, and they have missionaries that go out into these areas that Christianity is completely illegal, and they do church, and obviously it's all a secret. But I've gotten to meet some of these people, and anytime that you meet these people, they always make the announcement before they're even visible to anybody that you're not allowed to take pictures and not allowed to videotape them. Because if these countries ever found that these people were doing that, they would kill them instantly. Isn't that crazy? Instantly. Like, you get back to the country, gone.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is, but it's amazing that they're still doing it.
I know.
And it shows some pretty cool stuff.
It absolutely does, yes.
It's kind of an opposite of what we just talked about, but it's National Pecan Torte Day, which is like pecan pie.
Ugh. No, thank you.
Pecan?
Nope.
You say pecan?
Pecans. That's pecan.
Okay,
all day long. All day long, it's pecan. My wife is a pecan person, and we don't see eye to eye.
Pecan? Anything but pecan or pecan. I say pecan, but some people say pecan.
Pecan. That's where I go on it.
Look at that.
That's a hawk.
There's a hawk right above us.
It's right above us, and it's like a baby hawk.
That's what's up. Do you know hawks and crows don't get along?
I do know that. If you sit out here long enough, you'll see them fight.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You want to know something interesting about this area?
What?
There's bald eagles over here.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen one.
We should go downtown Dayton. There is like multiple families of bald eagles down there. My mom sees them almost every day. I've never seen one in real life.
There's places in Springfield that are like, you can see them sometimes along Buck Creek, but I've never seen them.
I've seen them at the zoo.
I have too.
I've never seen them like
in the wild.
In the wild.
Yeah, me neither. But fun fact, pecans are native to the U.S.
I can believe that.
There you go.
I can believe that. Okay.
You should, because it's true.
I wish coffee beans were native to the U.S.
Yeah. I wonder, we'd probably make a lot of money if we were exporting those bad boys.
Yeah, dude. Okay, hold on. Time out. This is a podcast thing to say. Like, there is this, I've read about, it's from Peru, but there are, and they're expensive. Coffee beans are expensive. But what they do is they feed them to monkeys, and when the monkey digests them and they come out the other side, they say that they're better quality.
I've heard about those.
There's no way that
you're gonna eat that.
I would eat them or drink the coffee or anything. Would you?
No.
Even just to say you tried it?
Fly buzzing around. I would not do it.
Talk about some crappy beans.
That's not. This coffee tastes like crap. It's not really a brag, I don't think. Be like, I drank this coffee.
Guess where it came
It's
from.
not like, wow, man, that's really cool. I wish I could do that.
What if they named it the coffee by the baboon it came out of?
like Coca-Cola bottles with names on them.
Yeah. This is Jimmy.
Venti.
Oh my god.
Take a Venti, Jimmy.
Too far.
All right. National Surgical Oncologist Day.
That's nice. Okay, yeah.
You know what oncologists are, yeah?
Yeah, cancer. Yeah, they should have their own holiday. I agree. They do a lot.
Pretty cool.
That's a sad job, man. Rewarding, but it could also be very sad.
Yeah. Very thankful. National Take Your Cat to the Vet Day. If you have a cat,
Gross.
take him to the vet.
We're not cat people.
I am not, no. Never Been Better Day.
You gotta be kidding me. That's a holiday.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Once again, I say, why do we not have our own holiday?
I agree with this.
But never been better. And one last for the week, Contact Lens Health Week. With contact lenses,
I do.
keep them nice and good.
You know, it can also be bad if you don't take your lenses out. Did you know that? You're supposed to take them out every day.
I did know that.
And I have a cousin that slept in hers one time, and it turned out to be really bad.
Eyes yellow red?
They were like, fell into the back of her head.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so we just had some customers come through, so we had to stop. But since we had it, we figured we'd show you what's going on here, what we're selling today.
Hey, this place is pretty cool, man. I'm telling you. Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It's a garage sale.
A lot of good deals.
What are you drinking?
Water.
Water.
I can only feel it on half my face, though.
It's going down his face if you...
I just can't tell.
So, we got some... The Struggle is Real shirt right here.
Yep.
If you need that. This is my favorite part of garage sales.
The jewelry.
I'm just going to say this, because, yeah, it's profiling. All the old guys that come in here, looking at the jewelry, like, I just put out gold or silver. Like, come on now. I get it. You can go to garage sales all the time and get some pretty awesome things that are gold and silver, but not here. $1 a piece. $1 a piece. Blankets.
It's pretty soft.
Blankets. Air mattresses. Printers that nobody wants. I've even offered these things at $3. Ethan, you want a printer?
No, I got a printer. This one right here's nice, though.
Which one?
This HP NV4520.
I think you should buy that one.
I'll just vouch for it. I'm wearing my IT shirt right now, actually. So I can vouch for it being a good printer.
I like it. And then you've got, here's some pricing. This is the best way to do pricing at a garage sale. You just kind of put it up here so you don't have to price everything. And then, look at all these clothes. Yes, these are all clothes my kids have worn. Every bit of these. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm here for a garage sale.
Well, we have a garage sale.
Park in the driveway. Here.
Oh, look at this. All right, so there you have it. Garage sale. You got a little bit of a tour. I'll be real, Ethan. I hate garage sales.
I hate running garage sales. I like going to garage sales.
I don't know. Here's my honest opinion about garage sales.
Okay.
I've got enough junk.
Mm-hmm.
And if I go garage sale, I'm just gonna pick up more.
If it's a good deal.
There's so many things that are here that were in garage sales before. And so anyways, Ethan.
Yes.
Yesterday was Sunday.
Yes. Yesterday was Sunday.
Our topic yesterday in church. One word.
One name.
One name. God.
God.
And we've been finishing up this. This is the end now of the Big Ten series. We're moving into a new series on Paul. But it's funny because, like, you know, when we originally, you were a part of this, talking about this a little bit. You and I had talked about this, and we discussed, okay, what does it look like? What is it that we're putting together for this series? What is it that people need to know about? And so this has been going on the whole summer. We've been talking about all these different stories from the Bible, and we've talked about Noah. We've talked about Jonah.
Yeah.
We've talked about the Good Samaritan. What else have we talked about? We've talked about
Zacchaeus.
We've talked about the parting of the sea.
Creation.
Creation. Goodness. We were going to talk about Jacob, but we ended up not.
Right, one of them we didn't do.
Yeah. So we told you to go back. All this, all right? And what I think is so cool about this is that it all comes back to the same God.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think is so cool is it's the same God that called Moses, that called Adam and Eve, that called all these different people in history. It's the same God that calls on you and I. I just like...
I'm not sure I've ever really thought about it like that. Maybe I have, but it's just it's a lot. It's so cool to think about that it's the same, like, that there's some, it's like different, whatever, levels of bacon or whatever, when you're going back, but you're connected with Moses through God. But it's cool to think, when you read about these stories and they're so, like, grand and important, that it's that God who cared for Moses and spoke to him also speaks to you. Yeah, it's very, I don't know. It's very cool.
There is an elevation song that we're going to start doing at Movement Church, but there's an elevation song called Same God, and it's a song that's really spoke to me quite a bit, actually. I love it, but it really points out that idea that the same God that called Jacob, the same God that parted the sea with Moses, the same God that did all these different things is the same God that we cry out to and we call out to. And I absolutely love that entire concept of that and what it is that takes place with that. Mm-hmm. And Ethan, if you had to go back and pinpoint a story in the Bible that really speaks to you, what would you say?
We have a customer. It's a big question.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. I think it's hard to pinpoint one. I mean, true.
You know what story I liked a lot that I never really thought about was the one that you preached on about, what was his name? He curled up under a bush.
Oh, Elijah?
Yeah. Elijah and it was like the Elijah and Elisha and Elijah. But that one always, it stuck out to me because it seemed so relatable, yet it was so long ago, the story. But like the fact, during the story, when he is at his lowest, God was providing the best of the fresh bread and water, and it was very inspiring to know that even when I feel like I'm at my lowest and I just want to die, very, very intense feelings, that God is there to provide and to push me farther through the wilderness and then back again to get where I need to be. I don't know, it just stuck out to me when you preached it. I never really heard or thought about that story before.
Yeah, because when I think about your life, I've known you for, goodness, 8 years now?
I think around there, yeah.
Serious, 2015 is when I started. So 2015, so it's been 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years of knowing you. And one of the greatest, defining factors in your life, I think, at least when I was around, was NYC. Mm-hmm. And came out of that strong and everything's great. And, I'm not saying that you experienced this, but we experience these times where, we find ourselves in this great place in life. Mm-hmm. Spiritually, you sense God, you feel God, you're feeling God in a different way than you've ever felt before. And then you get out into the world and you see, man, for us, the Grand Canyon, you go from glorifying God and seeing all the things that God's doing, you feel that God's refining in your life, and then you go out and you see this creation that nobody else could have made. It is just the most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen. Between that and the Red Rocks Gorge or Canyon or whatever that was that we went into, the Antelope Canyon, unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And you just sit there and just awe of what it is that you're looking at. And then you come out of that, and then you go back and you're back into your normal life, and it's almost the same thing with Elijah, like you're saying. Like here he is, he's up in front of all these people, and he's like, my God is so much bigger than your God's. Let me show you this. And then he kind of gets back to it, and he's like, oh man, but wait a minute, back to reality. Like, they're coming after me. Like, hold on a second. And it gets to us. What I love, and this is where, like, for me, it just seems like the different seasons of my life, the stories that the breakthroughs that God has had throughout the Bible have been things that have really helped me. You know, looking at it in the same way. The song says this, and I think this is and it was because of the song that I even thought about this, but it was like, the same God that parted the ocean, like the same God that parted the sea, is the same God who rescues me. It's the same God that when I feel like I'm at the end of my rope, I'm at the end of the road, there's nowhere else for me to go, I don't know what else to do, that he just seems to open a door or part a sea or move a wave or whatever it might be. And all of a sudden these things happen. And, you know, even times in my life where I've needed to take a step of faith. And then you think about Peter stepping out of the boat on the water. And here he is, you know, Jesus calls him out to walk on water, and he takes a couple steps and then realizes what he's doing and loses faith and falls to the bottom. And so I just think it's really cool to see how it is that God over and over and over again shows up. And one thing that I've learned is that when he calls, as long as we do it the way that he's called us to do it, then he will make it pass. He will make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing. You know, there's been times in my life where I felt like God called, but I did it my way because I knew my way was going to be better, and it didn't turn out very well. And there's been times that I thought something was a failure and thought something was a complete disaster, but then it turned out to be just completely beautiful. It was just a detour. It was just standing in front of a lake for a second, and he's getting ready to part it, and you don't know what's on the other side because you can't see what's on the other side because you're too worried about right now.
Yeah.
And so I just think that's incredible.
Yeah, I think it's something that's so difficult that everyone deals with, is trusting God's plan. It's just because I think it's because we see the physical, like, you know what I mean? Like, we have the money in our bank account, we drive our car to work, we do these different things, we have that tangible thing in front of us. And so when it comes to hard decisions, trusting God we have a hard time doing it because it's not something that we can hold on to. And I've been trying to do more of that, just trusting God and not worrying about the side things that might happen. But it's definitely very difficult to do.
We learned this as a kid. You remember as a kid, you're like, prove it. Prove it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, recess. Well, prove it. Prove that you can go across the monkey bars. Prove that you can get up on top of that. And so we say this, prove it. And then we're trying to see something tangibly in our life that we know God's working on, and we're like, prove it. He's like, I don't gotta prove nothing to you. What's wrong with you? Oh man, I think the other thing that really stands out to me when we talk about God, and this is something that I think is just incredible, is that all these things, and I talked about this, but all these things that we are given in life, vehicles, a house, shelter, food, clothes. And the way that I look at that, and I've had to really look at that, is to say, man, this is like really a gift from God, because it could be gone like this, and I've seen that done. I've seen that happen in people's lives where they had it one day and the next day it's gone. It's gone, and then no chance of recovering it. It's just done. And what I love about what God doesn't do is that he doesn't hold those things above us. He doesn't dangle it in front of us. Like, hey, look, I gave you this car. Why aren't you going to church this Sunday? Hey, I gave you this car. Why aren't you talking to that friend that you know needs you? Hey, I gave you this food. Why aren't you feeding the homeless? He doesn't dangle it in front of us. He tells us, hey, this is how I want you to act. This is the things that I need you to do. These are the things that get you to heaven. But he doesn't dangle it in front of us. He doesn't hold the blessings that he gives us to say, hey, look, I've given you this much. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why aren't you treating me the way that you should treat me? And because, man, wouldn't we all be in trouble if he did that?
I think it's interesting that you say that because, like, he's not going to guilt us into doing it. No. But a lot of times we can feel guilty when doing it, which is interesting because I think that, I don't know, I would say that that's something that might come from the devil. But then again, why would he make you feel guilty about it? It's an odd thing.
I think sometimes it could even come from the Holy Spirit and conviction in the sense, and hear this,
conviction,
not that he's
guilt.
It's conviction. Where you listen to me. You ever been in church sitting there going, this guy's preaching to me, like this guy.
Yeah.
What a jerk! He's talking about me. Like what is up with this guy? It happens all the time. I've had it two ways. Okay, I've had people that come up to me and they're like, thank you so much. Like, that really spoke to my heart. That I really needed to hear that in my life. And I've also had this. How dare you preach that message? Because I know it was about me. I know that you were talking exactly about me. I'm like, I don't even know you. I don't know how you expect me to talk about you. But maybe you need some adjusting in your life. Maybe you need an attitude adjustment, and the Holy Spirit's giving it to you. But I'm going to tell you something. I know. Listen, I know some people that'll go out there and they will use the situation and they will preach on a situation because they just feel like the whole world needs to hear about that situation and they want those people to feel bad about it. And so the easiest way to deal with it is dealing with it with a group instead of one-on-one. I refuse to do that because that's not how God works. And I'm not in a place where I'm going to sit here and I'm going to guilt somebody from the stage. That's not for us to do.
Right.
We're called just to share the love of Jesus and share the things that he's called us to. And it's deep. And but I want you to know today, it's Monday. I get it. It's a rough day. Nobody likes Mondays. I'm with you. But man, it's beautiful. Because the same God that was there in the garden, the same God that parted the sea, the same God that called Zacchaeus down from the tree and ate dinner with him and his friends, the same God is the same God that speaks to you and I. And I take good comfort in that. Mm-hmm. So I encourage you today to do that. To go out, conquer the world, reflect that God. Know that the things that he did, the things that he's taught, are things that we can stand firm on. And I'm going to say this, okay? I'm going to show this to you real quick. The same God, stand firm. Look at this cloud. It looks like a foot. It goes like toes here, up, ankle. Look at that. It looks like a foot. I'm just saying. That one right there. I'm showing them. Toes. And it goes over, and then it's a foot, and then that could even be a heel. It could be heels. It could be boots.
That is God's foot.
God's boot. He's country. So, anyways, with that being said,
It's called God country.
he's country. It's God's country. Anyways, that's it.
Is that it?
Anything else you got to say?
No.
Go out, conquer the day, do great things, and we'll be back Friday.
See you Friday.
See you then.